So, welcome to our midweek um, check-in session for tapping into recovery. I want to celebrate everyone for joining, whether you're listening live or in the replay. And I invite you to just drop a word about how you're feeling so far. You can email me, you can text me, you can drop it in the chat. And so I want to cover a number of really important topics right now. Um, the WhatsApp group is open so that you can share your wins, your insights, your aha moments for the week. I've been sharing my journal prompts in the WhatsApp because I have been learning a lot of new things. I really, for example, today I was surprised when I thought back about what I believed about money when I was thinking about what were some of my lessons about money and wealth. And there's so much tied to power and privilege. And, I saw my mom really not be respected for who she was because she didn't make a lot of money. And so my dad really, he was the breadwinner and he controlled the purse strings. And what I learned is I didn't want somebody controlling my purse strings. And so, that gives me an opportunity to take a look at my beliefs because our beliefs shape our reality. And so it's really important to understand that. And so share your aha moments. We would love to hear really all of that. And so I want to share about the power taps. Let me go into the power taps. Ooh, where did it go? So I've got these 60-second power taps, and I'll have one available for each of the weeks. So right now we're in week one and we are releasing generational scarcity. And so the power tap is a graphic image, and I'm going to share that with you right now. Hi, Lillian. And so the power tap looks like this. You can download it to your phone. I've got one on my phone right now. You can download it to your desktop or your device. And whenever you see it or whenever you're feeling stressed, you could just turn it on and quickly do this power tap. We're going to do one right now to this one. It's apropos because it's about releasing generational scarcity. These power taps are 60-second energy boosters. So just let's do one together to just lift our energy when it comes to this idea that we want to release those thoughts, those feelings, beliefs about generational scarcity. Karate chop point. Just do what I do and say what I say. Even though I carry old money wounds, I now choose healing and peace. Even though I've doubted my worth and feared lack, I honor my ancestors and rise beyond fear. Even though wealth once felt unsafe, I now open my heart to overflow, ease, and divine support. Eyebrow. I release scarcity from my body. Side of eye. My lineage taught survival. I chose abundance. Under eye. I am safe to receive and thrive. Under nose. Wealth is welcome in my life. Hi, Kamaria. Under mouth. I am worthy of overflow and joy. Collarbone. I breathe in prosperity and peace. 3 inches below the armpit. I let go of guilt, shame, and fear. Top of head. I rise in wealth, worth, and freedom. Release the tapping. We're going to take a deep inhale through our nose, visualizing white, peaceful light. And then exhaling through the mouth with an audible sigh, everything that is not peace and love. Excellent. So you can find this power tap in the WhatsApp group. You can just download it. You can save it to your desktop on your phone, much like I have mine saved. Whenever I see it, I can just do it. It only takes 60 minutes, 60 seconds. Sorry about that. But it's a great way to just boost your energy if you're feeling sad or some kind of way. So thanks for doing that practice with me. Hopefully you've got an energy boost. If not, do it again. Now I'd like to talk a little bit about, for those that aren't aware, what is EFT and why it works. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the 8 meridian tapping points and what they serve and their purpose. Let's see here. So emotional freedom techniques or tapping, it's a form of energy medicine. It's very similar to acupuncture, except there's no needles, no pain. We're simply tapping on one of 9 um, energy centers located from the top of our head to the middle of our torso. And that's where a lot of stuck, stagnant energy gets placed. And so we're just tapping on it to acknowledge the truth, but we're also tapping to alchemize that energy and transform it into something better, something lighter, something more life-giving. I like to think of EFT tapping as a software update for your brain because you really are reprogramming the thoughts, the feelings, beliefs, more importantly, the beliefs that you have in your subconscious. And most of, all of our life, our reality is the result of how we believe. And now I want to share some of the meridian points with you. And so I'm going to post this in the WhatsApp group. Hopefully everybody is in the WhatsApp group and you can just share information. Again, you can go in there and share your goals, your ideas, your aha moments. If you need some support, that's a great way to get some support. And so we're going to talk about each of the 9 EFT tapping positions right now. So the first is the karate chop point. And we tap very gently, lovingly. This is a gentle, loving process. And so the karate chop point is about releasing resistance and psychological reversal. And the significance is that it clears subconscious resistance to change. It activates the small intestine meridian, which is linked to mental clarity and personal boundaries. It helps with self-acceptance, setting intentions, and reducing inner conflict. The eyebrow is about emotional processing and identity. The location is the inner edge of the eyebrow. near the bridge of the nose. It's associated with the bladder meridian. It governs stress, frustration, and emotional release. And it helps to release trauma, sadness, and uncertainty. The third point is the side of the eye. It's on the outer edge of the eye near the temple. It's linked to the gallbladder meridian that influences decision making and frustration. It helps to release anger, resentment, feeling stuck, and promotes mental clarity and flexibility. 4 is under eye. It's on the bone under the eye near the cheekbone. It's associated with the stomach meridian, which regulates fear and worry. It helps to release anxiety, nervousness, and stress. It encourages safety and emotional balance. And you'll notice, when you do tapping enough, it really raises your energy like that. And over time, it starts to change your behavior because you are literally reprogramming your subconscious. The fifth tapping point is under nose. This is where we release shame and strengthen self-worth. It's located between the upper lip and the base of the nose. It's connected to the governing vessel, which affects self-esteem and personal empowerment. It helps to release guilt, shame, and unworthiness. It encourages self-confidence and authentic expression. Um, the chin point is under the mouth. It's the crease between the lower lip and the chin. It's linked to the central meridian, which governs communication and emotional expression. It helps to release self-doubt, fear of judgment, or feeling unheard. And it encourages self-expression and belief in one's own voice. The seventh tapping point is the collarbone. It's about calming anxiety and restoring balance. It's located just below the collarbone, about an inch down and out from the center of the chest. It activates the kidney meridian, which regulates stress and survival. It helps release panic, overwhelm, and fear-based thinking. It promotes inner peace, resilience, and a sense of security. The eighth point is underarm, 3 inches below the armpit or about 4 inches below the armpit on the rib cage. It's connected to the spleen meridian, which influences self-esteem and emotional digestion. It helps to release negative self-talk, self-criticism, and insecurity, and encourages self-acceptance, personal power, and emotional flow. And last but not least, the top of the head, the crown of the head in the center. This is about spiritual connection and energy alignment. It activates the governing meridian, which runs along the body's energy channels. It helps to release confusion, disconnection, and resistance to change. It promotes mental clarity, spiritual alignment, and emotional harmony. Any questions? Okay.
How did you, afterwards, tell me how you got yourself in the lower left-hand corner like that. But afterwards.
Absolutely. It's one of the options in Zoom when you share your screen. All these newfangled ways. And next, I want to talk about resistance. Resistance, resistance, resistance. So resistance is not failure. It's not sabotage. It's not a sign that you're doing something wrong. It's simply your own nervous system saying, hey, I don't feel safe enough for this yet. And it often appears right before growth. And it shows up as the body's instinctive way of protecting a younger part of you that once felt overwhelmed. And you might recognize resistance from physical cues in your body like tightness, heaviness, tension, fatigue, or emotionally as irritation, doubt, sadness, fear, mental patterns that don't sound logical, like, oh, I'll start this tomorrow, or this is too much, or what if I fail? It can also show up as behavioral patterns like procrastination. I'm not going to start this challenge until, I start feeling better, or when I get the kids down. It can show up as distraction, avoidance. It can even show up in relationships by pulling away, feeling unworthy, or avoiding hard conversations. And it can show up spiritually through self doubt, fear of being seen. And all of these are just coping strategies. They're not character flaws. But to stop resistance from taking over, you don't push through it. We actually create safety. We pause, we breathe, we just raise our awareness that it's happening and recognize that it's just a younger part of ourself that is scared. It's scared to take that step. And so, what do we do when it happens? Well, we name what's happening. We say, hey, this is resistance. It's not failure. And so, if you miss day 1, 2, or 3, no big. Just start where you are. And you offer yourself compassion, not pressure. You soothe the body with tools like emotional freedom techniques, like breathing, grounding. You can break these tasks into small steps. So our practice every day is probably somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes, probably closer to 15 minutes. But if you wanted to break up, each of those 4 activities into different parts of the day, do that. Do what's going to make you successful. Do what's going to make you complete the process. And you can give yourself permission to go at your own pace. And if you are experiencing some resistance, just take a breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth with an audible sigh, and just, ask your body, hey, what's going on? What are you scared of? And celebrate those small wins. So when you meet resistance, meet it with empathy, tenderness, patience, and compassion. And you'll notice that it softens. You're not forcing yourself forward. You're listening, you're allowing. And as your safety increases, resistance begins to transform into readiness, allowing your true self to really lead from a place of safety and not, you have to. I would also like to share with you um, a podcast that lovely Lauren and I did yesterday, and it was on the millionaire mindset that nobody talks about, and that's emotional safety. And often, and I'm going to put the link to our podcast in the chat, and I'll also um, put it in the WhatsApp channel so people can take a look at that. But it really is a short discussion about how we need to be emotionally safe for wealth. If we feel like it's not safe to be wealthy, well, guess what? We're not going to be wealthy. But it's important to understand what those subconscious blocks are so that you can alchemize them, you can transform them. Any belief is transformable. We just have to be really clear about what it is And we also have to be really diligent about changing it and feeling the change. Any questions? Okay. Well, now I'd like to share some frequently asked questions and some answers that I've heard over time and I've heard from the group so far. So I just put them in writing. I will also share this PDF in the WhatsApp group. Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so some people have asked, well, why do we say the negative things during EFT? And when we're saying these things, we're really acknowledging the negative feelings because it helps the subconscious patterns to surface so they can be cleared. We acknowledge them. We're like, yeah, we know you exist, but we also know we don't want to keep it. We want to transform, we want to alchemize these negative thoughts into things that we consciously desire. And this really, as soon as we acknowledge, it calms our nervous system and creates space for positive shifts. And so some people ask, well, will tapping on these negative things attract more negativity? No, it doesn't. It's really just an acknowledgement. And if we follow the process that I follow when creating tapping, it's a transformational process. We start with the truth. And so the truth could be good, bad, or ugly. It's usually not so cool, but it's a recognition of something that's happening in our life, like we're feeling depressed or we're sad or we don't like, the fact that, these things are happening in our life. But then we tell the story, we create the programming changes of where we want to be. We might start at state A, but we want to end up in state B. We want to feel fulfilled and calm and peaceful. And so we really just tell that story through the entire EFT journey. Some people want to know about what the EFT tapping points are and how they're used. We talked about that earlier. This is also addressed in this PDF. And then some say, well, what if I miss a day or I started too late? No big. This process meets people where they are. It's just a recognition. Sometimes you miss because, life gets too busy, and that's okay. Just get in where you fit in. Some people have asked, can I break up this practice throughout the day? And I say, absolutely. Make this work for you. If you can tap in the morning, you can journal midday, you can say your affirmations at night. And flexibility often supports your success. So do whatever makes you successful. Some have asked, when is the best time to do EFT? I think the best time to do it is as soon as you get up because your brain is not quite awake. And so you're still in some theta. Sometimes people will do it at night, but what I found with tapping is that it gives me energy. And if I tap at night, I will stay up a really long time, a really long time. So I don't really like to do it at night. But different strokes for different folks. You got to find out what works well for you. Any questions about the FAQs?
No, thank you.
X, thank you. Okay, so now this is the time where I want to open it up for questions, insights, challenges, and remind you that whatever we whatever we say here stays within uh our community. I will post the replay in the WhatsApp channel so that people can listen, but I also want to remind you that being vulnerable is a great strength. Any questions? Okay. So now I've got a visualization, for us all to do. So I'm going to invite you all to get comfortable where you are. And I'm just going to speak through this visualization. It's a multi-sensory visualization. And then at the end, I am going to ask you some questions and see what you come up with. Are you guys in?
Yes.
Yes, excellent. Okay, cool. So make sure you're safe, you're comfortable, and just close your eyes and take a slow inhale through your nose and an even slower exhale out of your mouth. Let your whole body soften. Now step into the version of you who is already living your wealthy, abundant life. And we're going to go use all of our senses with this visualization. And next is what you see in your wealth reality. Imagine standing inside your beautiful, abundant home. And as you're standing there, notice the colors around you. Warm gold tones, calming earth hues, soft lighting shining through the windows. And look at the furniture. Luxurious textures, elegant shapes, everything curated with intention. And see your bank app glowing with healthy, overflowing numbers. And notice emails from clients who are excited to work with you, grateful for your gifts, and ready, willing, and able to pay. They want to pay. Your environment looks spacious, clean, grounded, and abundant. Now, what do you hear in abundance? Listen, listen. You might hear soft music playing, the gentle hum of peace and prosperity in your home, or the sound of your own calm, steady breath. Maybe you hear birds outside or a breeze moving through trees. You might even hear the quiet vibration of money flowing in, notifications, payment confirmations, or a message saying payment received. Every sound feels reassuring, safe, and aligned. Now we're going to feel in your body and environment. Feel your body in this wealthy life. Your shoulders are relaxed. Your jaw is soft. Your breath flows easily. Run your hands along something luxurious in your home. A velvet pillow, a smooth marble countertop, a soft robe, a warm cup of tea. Feel the weight of financial ease in your body. Steady, grounded, warm across your chest, light and open in your belly, safe and supported down to your toes. Next, we're going to smell the scents of your wealthy life. Take a slow breath in and imagine the scent around you. It might be a clean, fresh scent from your beautifully maintained space. A candle with notes of vanilla, sandalwood, or jasmine. The smell of a delicious meal or morning coffee brewing. The scent of fresh flowers on your table. These smells anchor you into comfort, ease, and luxury. Next, we're going to taste the flower of abundance. Imagine taking a sip of something delicious in this wealthy life. Maybe cold citrus water, warm herbal tea, rich coffee, or a fresh smoothie. Taste the richness, the nourishment, the quality you give yourself effortlessly now. Let the flavor symbolize receiving nourishment, receiving support, receiving money, receiving love. Now we're going to step fully into your future self. See her, feel her, sense her presence. She stands tall, peaceful, and certain. She moves throughout her day without fear. She trusts money. She trusts life. She trusts herself. Bring her energy into your chest. Let it fill your whole body. Warm, steady, powerful. Claim this vision. Place your hand over your heart and breathe in. This is my life now. Breathe in. I allow abundance in every sense. Breathe in. I am safe, supported, and provided for. Breathe in. I live, breathe, and embody wealth. Let that energy settle into all of your cells, your breath, and your future. Take one more deep breath, inhaling through your nose, visualizing a white, peaceful light. Exhaling through your mouth with an audible sigh, everything that is not peace and love. And when you're ready, just wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, open your eyes, carrying this full sensory experience of your wealthy life into this moment. Excellent. And now I'd like to invite everyone that is here live to type your wealth goal in the chat or just come off of mute and say it aloud. If you're listening in replay, I'm going to ask you to write your your wealth goal in the WhatsApp chat. You can come off of mute and just share your wealth goal or put it in the chat. Okay, well, thank you.
My wealth goal is to increase my income and save $10,000 over the next year.
Ashe, I see you increasing your wealth and saving $10,000 over the next year. I see that for you, Kamaria.
Thank you.
Mhm. Would anyone else like to share? You could share it in the chat. This is an invitation. You don't have to, or you could come off of mute. Okay. Well, that is a few things that I wanted to share. And I want to thank you for joining. For those of you listening to the replay, feel free to call, text, email if you require support, if you have any questions, if you're feeling some kind of way. Okay, Kamaria, you want to earn, say that again. Let me hear your words, Kamaria.
I'm just saying, amending that and saying that my minimal goal is to save that amount and giving room for more.
I love that. So you want to save at least $10,000.
Yes.
Ashe. I see you making at least excuse me. I see you saving at least $10,000 over the next year.
Thank you.
Yes. And within a year, we're gonna celebrate this because we're memorializing this right here, right now on November the 17th. And in a year, we're going to see what happens. So let's keep track. Let's celebrate those wins. Every $1,000, every $100, every 50 cents, it's going to add up and it's going to be well over $10,000. I see that for you.
Ashe.
Ashe. Any other questions, comments, concerns before we let you all go? Excellent. So I encourage everyone to join the WhatsApp group. Feel free to share your aha moments, your journal prompts if you like. It's a great place to get community support. You can also download that Power Tap. It's a great way to keep your energy in alignment. I've got one myself. And so anytime I'm feeling any kind of way or I need an energy boost, I just do this quick 60-second energy boost and it's free. And so let's do all that we can to change your energy. The more we change your energy about wealth, the more wealth we're going to allow into our mind, body, spirit, so that we can achieve all of the goals that we desire, that we're worthy of. So thank you all for joining me and see you next time. See you in the WhatsApp group. Thank you.
Thank you.